Well, hello and welcome to an edition of Monday Morning Barrow. That light almost makes it look like I'm God's footsteps because that looks a little too bright. Welcome, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of the day you might be watching this. This is the show we call Barrow doesn't want to edit a video today, so instead he's going to talk for roughly 7 to 10 minutes about maybe 2 or 3 questions and then move on with his life. Hey. But the first question is actually a question that was asked a little while ago. And it's probably something that I will not, well, I can't say will never, but it's actually a troll question, and which is odd because I don't know if it was technically for Monday Morning Bear. I highly doubt it because this question most likely is not something that they wanted me to do here. But it was formed in a question. So it doesn't mean it's not like perfect the way I'm going to say it here, but in sense, it was like a 2 paragraph long thing. And it's from someone who I do not know, basically saying, "Hey Barrow, how does it feel that you are a laughingstock in other known Xbox Siege communities? That people make fun of you, the fact that you cannot hang with the better players in Rainbow Six Siege, the fact that other people themselves think, again, you are a laughingstock." It just kept going on and on for about 2 paragraphs, basically insulting me in more ways than one. About either my gameplay, about the community I'm trying to build, about the fact that they were making fun of my maturity, which is kind of weird. But again, it's not a question I would normally go ahead and answer here because the last thing I want to do is have the enticingness of possibly someone submitting another question like this. But I wanted to go ahead and answer it because this is my honest answer, and in no way am I trying to, make it feel like I am putting down this question in any way whatsoever because I'm trying to like be cool and be a badass or something like that because it's just not my personality. I'm just completely humble and honest. Do I want to be liked? Of course I do. I'm human. At the end of the day, you want to be liked. You don't want to be hated. But again, I'm being truthful, and I've said this plenty of times. I would rather be hated than not known. And so honestly, that actually puts a smile to my face. And I, in no way I'm not trying to be a badass. I am not a badass by any means. Because it almost feels like me saying, yo, I'm glad you fucking hate me, bitch. No, it's not that. I'm not trying to be like that. I'm just saying, genuinely, I'm actually excited that someone who I do not know is messaging me how much that not only they, but their supposedly communities that do not like me. And I love that. I know it sounds weird, but I honestly do. Because if there's one thing that I have a guilty pleasure for, is not necessarily a fame might be the wrong word, but exposure I think is the right word. That I want people to know me. It again, it's stupid. It's something deep down within me loves when someone knows me that I do not know. Or not knows me, not loves me. I think I said loves me. When someone knows me that I do not know because they know me of either my community or my content or stuff that I provide, I'm not exactly sure. It's so cool that fact comes to fruition. Some days, when someone comes in and goes, "Hey, this guy referred me to your channel," and that person who referred him, might be a lurker, might be a longtime follower that doesn't talk too much in the chat, and I don't know that, and that's just something that's humbling. And this is another thing. I'm completely okay with the fact that other communities or other people in general may not personally like me, and I'm okay with that because the world itself, you're not going to like everyone you meet. There are going to be people that you dislike. Now, I would never go as the fact that people that I personally dislike. I would never go as far as to reach out to them and tell them things like this. But I like it, the fact someone reached out to me and stuff like this. I've gotten multiple of those in regard. Now, I've never had them actually asked in a question because the question was, how do you feel about that? And I think they were just trying to, the knife was stuck in and they were trying to twist it. But again, I personally like it. When I play Rainbow Six Siege, everybody, the most annoying thing that happens to me is when someone comes into the channel and they watch literally one round. And again, I play on low sensitivity. I'm not the best player by any means. I just play to have fun. I obviously play with a lot of people that have very high skill sets. And obviously when you watch them compared to me, I'm pretty shit. That's why I'm always a support player. But when someone comes in and they go, there's no way this guy's plat 1. There's no way this guy's plat 2. After, watching literally one round or a game where, I might not do well, or a night I may not do well. I mean, it happens. It's something that occurs. Obviously, I am a cog in the working wheel of my Rainbow Six Siege team, whoever I'm playing with at that given moment. And that obviously helps with my rank. But I don't play Siege for rank. I play Siege to have fun. And people that just find the way to dislike me, again, I'm super fucking okay with. It's fucking awesome. So, in no way was I trying to sound like a badass there. I genuinely do mean. I think that's cool. But I probably won't answer many more troll questions after that. I just thought that would be something cool to answer. Another question that was asked, not necessarily this week, because I don't think I've done Monday Morning Barrow in a while. But I've told this story before. What is a scary story that's happened in your real life? Now, the first thing that came to my mind is actually a story I don't know because I was too young at the time. And some of you may remember this story. When I was a little boy, little wee Barrow, no idea how old I was. I want to say maybe 4, 5, 6, something like that. Or maybe even younger, maybe even like 3. I don't even know. But we were at my aunt's place, and I was outside with my big brother Revan, my cousin James, and I want to say it was just us 3. It was just us 3. And apparently, I was giving all of my aunts, uncles, and my mom who was there Cheetos. So I was walking around apparently saying, hey, you want some Cheetos? You want some Cheetos? You want some Cheetos? And I was trying to give everyone Cheetos. And you know how, parents looking down at the kids like, okay, let me get a fucking Cheeto, blah, blah, blah. But so I'm not outside yet. I'm inside with the whole family. They're talking this, and that. And I'm giving them Cheetos. Next thing I know, next thing my mother knows, because my mother tells me this story. She goes, where's Alex with the Cheetos? I haven't seen Alex with the Cheetos in quite some time. I wonder where he's at. And she says for some odd reason, it just dawned on her that she didn't see me. She's like, I haven't seen Alex in a little while. Something's wrong. So she said again, this is from her point of view, and my mother would not lie about this. She said she just stood up. She doesn't know why. She doesn't know how. She just stood up. And she goes, something's wrong. Then all of a sudden, for no reason, she says, she looks outside. And she opens up the blinds, and I was wearing a bright red shirt. My aunt had a very big swimming pool. And again, I was very young. I didn't know how to swim. Apparently, from that view, my mother saw me in the middle of the pool underwater with my bright red shirt. And my big brother Revan and James were outside, but they were unaware. My mom still thinks they pushed me. My mom still says to this day. We actually had a conversation not too long ago about this. She goes, they pushed me. So Revan tried to take me out. But obviously he was too young. He didn't realize. But they think, she thinks they pushed him. But again, thank whatever made my mother get up that day, because my mom said she immediately ran outside. I was underneath the water, who knows how long. She said she dived right in, got me, took me out of the pool. I was coughing. Obviously, I wasn't like far gone by any means in that regard. But if I was not giving out Cheetos that day, would my mother have ever, stood up and said, where's Alex with the Cheetos? Or not even, because she can't even explain it. She tells me she can't even explain it. My mother is, I don't know if religious is the right word to it, but my mother just feels like there was something more there that told her, hey, your son is in trouble. You need to stand up and you need to look outside. And then for, again, no reason. She said she was in mid-conversation, and then boom, next thing you know, there's some things in the world we just can't explain. And that's one of those things my mother says she just cannot explain. She goes, I don't know why I stood up. I don't know why I looked out. And I don't know why all of a sudden I saw you out there. But she goes, thank God that happened. And also, it was quite a number of years. My mother would never buy me red clothing. She says, I do not want to see you in red clothes whatsoever, because she said when she saw me in red clothes, she immediately went back to that moment when she looked out and saw her son essentially drowning in a pool with a bright red t-shirt. So at the same time, the bright red t-shirt actually probably really helped me in said situation, but obviously it provided bad memories for my mother. Again, I do not remember this at all. all from the point of perspective of my mom. But no matter what happened that day, thankfully everything worked out the way it was, because I'm glad to be sitting here today. And I bet a lot of people have stories like that. So I'd be curious to, know stories of others that have instances where you just honestly can't explain. And I know the question was a scary story, and it's not technically like horror scary, but it's scary for the fact that, from the point of perspective of my mother, I mean, the worst thing in this world is to potentially, I mean, we don't want to lose anyone you love, but to lose a son, to lose a daughter, to lose someone that you essentially created and you're obviously raising, that is probably the worst thing in this life that could occur to you. And that's why my mother remembers that story so well, because of the fact that she felt like it was the closest she ever came to, again, I don't want to put words in her mouth, but if I'm not mistaken, the closest that she has ever came to losing one of her children. And that's why she hates when I wear a bright red shirt. And now I'm wearing this right now, and I feel like an asshole. She doesn't bring it up too much anymore, but there was a good while whenever I would wear a red shirt, she'd go, I keep telling you, don't wear red, because she still thinks about it. So yeah, that was definitely a scary thing from the point of perspective of my mother. So you know what? That's Monday Morning Barrow. I have another question, but I already went off too long on both of those ones. And there was more I wanted to talk about in that Cheeto one, that some side stuff and everything. Revan tried to take me out, but he's not. He didn't succeed. But Willie tried to. Okay, I shouldn't make fun of that. But thank you so much, Monday Morning Barrow. That is going to be our episode today. We will not be strumming today, as obviously today is Monday when you're seeing this. There's a potential Tuesday. I mean, not potential Tuesday. Tomorrow, because you're watching this Monday. On Tuesday, I may not strum because of the fact my parents are getting their house refinanced right now. And I just helped them not too long ago move all of the furniture off the carpets and stuff, because they're actually getting all the carpets rewashed and everything. So Tuesday night, I might have to go over there and help them move all the furniture back out onto the carpets, because everything's outside in the garage. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for supporting what I do. Hopefully we'll see you soon. If not Tuesday, I'll be back Wednesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. And again, you know what? Sometimes weird things happen in this life that we just can't explain, and we just got to move on from there. Have a great rest of your evening. Go be happy, be healthy, get yourself some Sour Patch Kids. Bye.